I'm delighted to know about the Swiss India Renewable Energy Symposium being held in Switzerland. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Pankaj Agarwal, Chairman of the SIREN Symposium, and Ms. Smita Purushottam, the Honorable Indian Ambassador to Switzerland, and all other team members from the organizations like the Swiss India Business Forum, Swiss Federal Office of Energy, and other distinguished persons who are associated with this symposium. My very best wishes for its grand success. I'm unfortunately not able to join you on this occasion, but my colleagues will be there, and I'm sure all of you will together come up with a framework which will help strengthen and further the relations between Switzerland and India, particularly in the renewable energy field. I think it's very important to recognize the importance of innovation, research, development, and a symposium being held at the Innovation Park of the Swiss Institute of Technology, which I would believe is amongst the world's most premier technology universities, is most appropriate. I'm sure SIREN will bring together innovation from Switzerland, maybe capital also from your country, and the vast Indian opportunity, the big market that India provides, particularly in the renewable energy space. And when we put all of this together, it provides for an excellent opportunity, not only for business, but also for our shared concerns to address the problems of climate change. There's a very complementary mix between the world's largest renewable energy market today and probably one of the world's most capital surplus countries that Switzerland is. I'm sure this platform that you have created will bring together different stakeholders in this business, industry players, financiers, decision makers or policy makers, representatives of research and development. And I'm sure when everybody comes together on one platform, new ideas will germinate, new thoughts will come up. And I would certainly very much look forward to receiving the outcomes of this symposium, particularly the learnings that come out of it, which can help us further develop our renewable energy program in a more sustainable manner. I'm sure the focus of the symposium, amongst other things, will also be on bringing the cost of solar energy to more affordable levels. I would think it's very critical that we reach grid parity on renewable energy also. And our recent bidding, procurement of solar power through a reverse bidding process, has discovered a very attractive price of about 7 US cents. And I'm fairly confident that in the years to come, we'll see more and more solar power being available at very attractive prices. Higher productivity, lower cost of capital, innovation, new technologies, all of these I think can help to bring together a package which will make renewable energy, particularly solar, most affordable. As you are all aware, India has taken a very leadership role in addressing the concerns of climate change, and the renewable energy program of achieving an installed capacity base of 175 gigawatts is unprecedented in world history. Going forward, we plan to invest and set up 100 gigawatts of solar energy, another 60 gigawatts of wind power, in which we already have about 23 gigawatts, so we'll be adding another 35, 37 gigawatts. And then we'll have about 5,000 megawatts of hydropower, about 10,000 megawatts of biomass and other associated forms of energy. Overall, this 175 gigawatt of renewable energy probably provides the world's largest business opportunity in this space available today. Of course, we as policymakers or as Government of India are addressing typical concerns of investors. We are ensuring that land is available. We've approved about 25 solar parks where land will be made available. Green energy corridors will be set up to evacuate the power through dedicated transmission corridors. We are ensuring counterparty risks are addressed, particularly by introducing AAA companies like NTPC, India's largest power utility owned by the Government of India, or Solar Energy Corporation of India, to procure the power, thereby almost eliminating any counterparty risk, bringing down the cost of debt, particularly in an environment where overall Indian debt is now available cheaper. We also permit foreign direct investment up to 100% in this space. We also allow liberal borrowing of foreign currency loans to invest in renewable energy. All in all, the effort of the government is to play the role of an enabler to ensure the success of this big, massive project that we have undertaken. The government is also supporting renewable energy through a clean energy cess. We apply a cess of about $3.30 on every ton of coal that is produced in the country. And that goes into a national clean energy fund, which is then used to provide enabling infrastructure, sometimes some affirmative subsidy support for the green energy and renewable energy to prosper in India. As we plan, we may easily look at a bid process of about 15 gigawatts, particularly in solar, coming out every year in the next 4 or 5 years, which will really help us to scale up this project. And coupled with this bidding, we are ensuring adequate availability of the enabling infrastructure, also land and transmission. We are focusing on skill development. We see 1 million jobs being created out of this massive rollout of renewable energy. And we have a sectorial skill council, which is focusing on developing future engineers for the renewable energy sector. And of course, distribution companies in India are also undergoing a massive financial restructuring, which will make our distribution companies much stronger, improve the offtake of renewable energy, particularly on the back of policy interventions, where we are mandating that in the years to come, renewable energy will form a significant portion of every distribution company's energy purchase. In fact, we are proposing to mandate approximately 8% of the total energy consumed by each distribution company should be through renewable energy sources by 2022. And we are fairly confident that all these initiatives put together will help us truly create a world-class infrastructure and promote renewable energy in a very big way. We are also making regulatory interventions to encourage the large-scale rollout of an installed renewable energy base, particularly as a supplement to fossil fuel-based power plants that are coming up. Also, the regulatory commissions at the federal level, the state level, at each of the states level is setting up the requisite framework which will help renewable energy be rolled out much faster, including feed-in tariff to encourage waste to wealth or waste to energy plants, feed-in tariffs in the initial period for hydro projects, cost plus basis tariffs for hydro projects, for wind energy projects, until we can at a later stage take them also into the bidding process. I'm delighted to inform the participants of your symposium that India and France have taken a leadership position in encouraging an international solar alliance. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has been deeply passionate about solar energy. In fact, when the world talked about the inconvenient truth, and that related to the serious concerns of climate change, Prime Minister Modi, then Chief Minister of the state of Gujarat, had promptly come up with his theory, articulating his vision, which he titled Convenient Action. And ever since, even while he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, he has been an evangelist promoting renewable energy. He's been on the forefront of helping entrepreneurs set up solar plants, wind energy plants. And today, as Prime Minister of the country, he has rolled out a big vision for renewable energy, which he also wants to encourage other countries around the world to take forward. Therefore, we are proposing an alliance of over 100 nations from around the world, particularly the countries that fall between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. All the countries within these two tropics are being encouraged to come together and under the auspices of an international solar alliance, which will be a coalition of solar resource rich countries for the development of solar energy and technology and the application of these technology to further promote solar energy in the world. This international solar alliance will be instrumental in providing enhanced understanding of the role that solar energy can play, particularly in providing energy to countries in Africa, countries in other developing nations, and for rural areas in the developing world. We hope to launch the International Solar Alliance on the sidelines of the COP21 summit, which will take place in Paris later this month. And the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, and the Honorable President of France, President Hollande, will be jointly announcing the formation of this International Solar Alliance in Paris later this month. I'm sure by now many of you would have had the opportunity to see the intended nationally determined contributions, the INDCs that India has put forth on 2nd of October, the birth date of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, who himself was very passionate about protecting the environment, who himself was very conscious of preserving nature. And it's a very good omen that on his birthday, India has announced very, very aggressive, bold, and ambitious INDCs, which have been widely applauded around the world, particularly our efforts, despite being at the cusp of the development cycle, to bring down the emissions intensity by 33 to 35% over the 2005 levels by 2030. This massive pledge to bring down emission intensity by about 1/3 within the next few years is indeed one of the largest challenges before the nation, and the massive rollout of renewable energy to 175 gigawatts is a part of our effort and a part of our contribution towards the global effort to reduce carbon emissions, reduce dependence on fossil fuel, improve the energy security of India, and be a part of the global effort to bring down the greenhouse gas emission impact. We also plan to roll up the share of non-fossil fuel-based capacity, energy installed capacity, to about 40% of our total capacity by 2030. These INDCs reflect India's cultural heritage and our tradition of living in harmony with nature, which we've inherited over the years. In fact, it's very appropriate that this symposium today is being held in Switzerland, a country which has led the global initiative on renewable energy. I'm given to understand almost the entire energy needs of Switzerland are met by non-fossil fuel-based energy sources, and I must extend my compliments to the government of Switzerland and to the people of Switzerland for this outstanding achievement. I'm sure Switzerland can provide technology, can provide large amounts of capital, can provide debt, equity, and encourage similar efforts by other developing countries like India. And we would seek to enhance the partnership between Switzerland and India to take renewable energy to the next level in India and be a part of the global initiatives to address concerns of climate change. I'm sure together Switzerland and India can promote renewable energy, which, as my Prime Minister said, is an article of faith for him personally and for his government. And I'm sure Switzerland and India together can show the world that we will leave behind a better planet for the future generations. Once again, my best wishes for the grand success of the seminar, this symposium being held in Switzerland today. Thank you.